vaccines have still been the tool that's saved the most lives. And even today, inventing new vaccines for HIV, malaria, TB, RSV, a number of these diseases that are still out literally killing millions of people, that's a top priority for us because it's a magical intervention.
And other areas like gene therapies, for example, or gene editing, how much promise do you think they have relative to the perhaps easier work, I hesitate to say it that way, but that can be done in vaccine development?
Well, the gene editing is such a basic tool, and it's going to pervade all the work in the biological sciences. I mean, those tools, even for diagnosis, doing gene knockouts to understand disease models, you really can't understate what a great set of tools they are. In a direct sense, where our foundation sees them, we see them in our plant and animal work because it'll speed up better plants and help on animal disease. And there, the regulatory pathways are complex, but sometimes not as hard as human disease. For mosquitoes, this is a superior system to affect either mosquito populations or carrying the virus. And for something like HIV/AIDS, it's possible, although there's a lot of hurdles, that you could do gene editing to cure somebody from the disease, which that would be fantastic since we don't have a cure, we just have lifelong treatment. So I see it in so many of the different foundation programs.
Many of the most advanced remedies are awfully expensive to develop, and as you know, the companies behind them are incentivized to generate the maximum profit possible. I am, of course, thinking of things like Valiant and Turing, but also the price of Hep C treatments and immunotherapy and blood disease drugs. What, in your mind, is the best way to control costs so these medicines and treatments aren't just available to the rich and the well-insured?
Well, I actually think the current system, despite some extreme cases that I think have properly been labeled as inappropriate, I think the current system is better than most other systems one can imagine. I mean, curing hepatitis C, this isn't a phenomenal thing. And now you have multiple drug companies competing in terms of the quality and the price of that offering. The drug companies are turning out miracles, and we need their R&D budgets to stay strong. They need to see the opportunity. For things like Alzheimer's, they can reduce medical costs so dramatically and improve the human condition. And the pharmaceutical companies have been great partners of our foundation. When we need help in doing science, they're unique in what they can do. Also, they're very good about tiered pricing. I mean, if you take the Hep C as an example, I think and all the responsible companies do this, they, for the poor countries, had an approach that wasn't oriented towards them making money, just driving access. So tiered pricing is often the way that you can square the idea that access and being able to fund new miracles, you really want both.